At the T-minus 3-minute mark, tape recorders on board the spacecraft were turned on. These recorders record both voice and data. We have ignition sequence start. The engine's now building up to 7.7 million pounds of thrust. We have a launch commit and we have a liftoff. Moving back. The Saturn V lifting off the power.
This is WOMMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. We're back. It's the Rocket Shop. I'm your host, Tom Proxon. With me right now, I'm really excited about this. It's 4 fantastic musicians from the Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you?
Very well. Would you guys like to, first of all, just go around and introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Maitre. Oh, that doesn't work without a video. Sorry. I play the violin. I'm from North Carolina.
My name is Sarah. I also play the violin. I'm also from North Carolina.
I'm Rebecca. I play viola, and I'm living in Austin, Texas.
I'm Julie. I'm the cellist, and I'm from Oklahoma.
Oh, fantastic. And could you please introduce the piece you're going to play?
So we're playing a piece by Dvorak, and it is the quartet in E-flat major, Opus 51, number 10. And yeah, it's a really fun piece where it's in 4 movements, and we're playing 3 of them, the first, second, and a finale.
Wonderful. Well, whenever you guys are ready.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Wow, that was breathtaking. So, first question, which wasn't going to be my first question, but you mentioned Rebecca just before we started that was a really fun piece.
Mm-hmm.
What defines a fun piece for you guys?
Huh.
I think it's the process of putting it together. One, getting to work with these ladies have been really fun and easy to work with. And two, it's just, Dvorak presents a fun challenge because there's so many different dynamics and articulations and textures, and you really want to make all those little special moments really pop out. Because it's really easy to have an imbalance in the sound between the four people that you know we had to work on a lot of making those special moments really pop out. So.
And like none of us actually really knew each other or even played together until 4 weeks ago. So we all come to this festival with a lot of different ideas about how we want things to sound and how we think things should go.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always exciting getting to work with just great musicians who know how to put aside themselves and really just focus on what the composer would want. So that's been a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah.
And so what you see is the kind of the challenge of it, and then at the same time, do you feel like you do get a little bit of your own influences kind of pulled up a little bit?
Yeah.
All the time. There's a lot of things that happen in like a live performance that we haven't rehearsed. Things will just happen on accident, and the trick is to just go with the flow. So.
But see, that sounds surprising to me because I sit here listening to you guys, and it seems so planned out and so meticulous. I'm looking at this music in front of me, and it looks like a foreign language because it basically is. So the idea that there is that kind of your own space to do things makes me kind of happy, actually, that there is that kind of, it's malleable.
You'll hear a lot like quartet music being likened to like a conversation where we have kind of like, it's almost like a play, like we have our script out and like we have cues to what we should do, like should we be loud here, soft here, or like sweet or something, but after that though, it's totally up to us to like take what the other person says, respond back, give it to someone else. And so there's, even though it looks very planned out, there's really a lot of freedom and interpretation.
And anything can happen like on a stage. Sometimes like we'll come in and one of us is really sleep deprived, so the movement starts a little bit slower than we anticipated. And you just
Or a little excited and it may just start
really fast. That usually is more of a train wreck than the slow. But
I did actually notice while you guys were playing that there seems to be a lot of non-verbal communication between you. There almost seems to be a conversation with eyebrows going on.
This is true.
That's good.
that's a good thing. We're glad to hear that.
I suppose it's probably a whole different new language, just the facial expressions you're making, and what are you telling each other with those kind of looks that you make towards each other?
I mean, a lot of it is like in a conversation, you know, like especially when you're talking to a lot of people, like you'll look around at the different people, or if you're talking to one person, you might focus more in on them. And I think playing this music a lot of the time, like when we share a line together, like there's a part, and a lot of parts in the first movement where like Rebecca, the viola, and me, violin, share a lot of these things together. We play together at the same time, and we want to have the same impulse and the same tone, and so it's kind of, we're responding together. So that look kind of is like sharing this is us as one, kind of. So it's bringing us together as people and as musicians.
Yeah. Especially when Sarah was talking about passing phrases or a musical line to each other. We also do that with non-musical communication. I guess with our eyes, with our body language, we're acknowledging the people around us and also trying to like read each other's minds in a way of like, how are we gonna make this note sound, or when are we starting and stopping the note, and what's the emotion here that we're really trying to channel.
Oh, wonderful. Well, what was meant to be on my first question is, what is the Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival, for those that haven't heard about it before?
you're the veteran. You want us to answer?
It's a 4-week summer chamber music festival, which means so many, I think over 200 of us come together at UVM. We use the campus and the music hall there, and we're placed into chamber groups. So that could be a quartet like you see right now, where it's 2 violins, viola, cello, or that could be something more exciting, like a piano.
There's nothing more exciting than us.
So like something like with a piano or something like less members or more members. And what we do for these 4 weeks is practice by ourselves, practice as a group, listen to concerts almost every night. There's almost always a concert going on through the festival, whether it be faculty or students. And then we'll go out into the community as groups and play for other people. We played, where did we play this?
We played at Vermont.
Yeah,
Violins.
we played at
Vermont
Vermont
Violins,
Violins.
yeah.
People go to like Skinny Pancake or Muddy Water. There's a lot of wonderful guest artists that come in, so people who are very famous or really knowledgeable about their crafts. I mean, the faculty are already, but just some extra people come in to give us coaching, so we'll play on a stage for them and they'll come up and give us advice, and it's a really valuable learning experience, both for learning, you know, as about yourself as a musician, about how you play, as well as learning how to play with others and to work with others, and it's been a wonderful program.
So Sarah, you're a veteran. Is this your second year,
This
third
is
year?
my third year.
Your third year?
Yeah.
And how have you felt that you've kind of progressed during this festival in those 3 years? Do you really kind of, are you seeing a kind of maturity in the way you're playing, or do you feel like you've been influenced in the way that you play due to this festival?
I think this festival, the first time I came to this festival, my teacher in college sent me here to study with my teacher now, Kevin Lawrence, who is the artistic director of the festival and a phenomenal teacher. And I think I came in not thinking I would do music in my life and left. That's what I'm doing now. So I think each summer that I've come back, it's been, I've been, you know, I was initially not doing music, and then the next summer I was, okay, I'm going to do it, but I was just about to start my grad school program, so it was still kind of in the future, and now I'm in grad school doing this, so I feel like now I'm more like, this is what I want, this is my life. So I think it's been fun for me, at least, to see, like, you know, how I can be in a group and play in a group. I think I feel more now like I can do more things, have more opinions, talk about more, because I feel more knowledgeable. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Wonderful. And is it everyone else's first time here at the festival?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, don't all speak at once, but how have you guys been finding it in terms of your first experience at the festival and potentially also Vermont?
Yeah, it's my first time in Vermont and first time at the festival. Yeah, I love Burlington. It's a fun town. It's nice to be close enough to walk down. It's a little bit of a walk. The mountain, the hill. It feels like a mountain to me. I'm from Oklahoma, and it's very fun. Also Ohio, and that's also very fun. So yeah, this hill is a new experience for me. But no, it's great to be able to take breaks and be around a beautiful and fun town. The festival's organized in a good way. I think we have the morning to practice from 8 to 12. And then after that we have lunch and then rehearsal, and then which is sort of a practice, but rehearsal in the group, practice by ourselves for morning, rehearsal in the afternoon, and then sometimes we have coachings and lessons and things like that scattered throughout the day. So I think it's a really good structure, and it really enforces sort of this discipline that we need to have to be able to learn all this music and all these ideas and things, and learn to be as a group together in such a short amount of time.
Well, that was actually going to be one of my other questions. I mean, you mentioned the discipline that you need, and I'm sure all four of you have a lot of discipline owing to the fact you're so good at what you do. I can imagine sometimes just being this kind of ability is kind of somewhat stressful because of the need to constantly practice and rehearse and play. What do you guys do when you're not playing music?
No, I've forgotten. 4 weeks of just playing.
That's true.
I don't know.
As a quartet, we love going to bookstores.
Yeah, so we figured that out as a group here. Yeah, we like being outside. We like being outdoor. It's nice to see that the real world still exists after practicing in a tiny room for 4 hours. So
I feel like also though this is a more condensed period of time. This month is more like I came here to focus on music, and when I'm not here, I don't focus in the way that maybe I should. All my teachers expect me to, but yeah. So I personally I go to college and have two different majors. So one's not related to music, and so this past year especially has been really not focused on the music side of things. So it feels kind of refreshing to come here and really focus on this thing that I haven't kept up enough.
So this is you relaxing. It's a 4-week intensive music course.
Well, feeling better about myself, I guess.
Okay.
kind of gives you the time and space.
Gives
just
me the
to,
time
like,
to
focus on.
Yeah.
You know,
my instrument. Yeah.
And two of you from North Carolina. Rebecca, I forgot where you were from.
California originally, but currently Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And is that where you guys all go to school, or is that where you're from?
That's where I go to school.
That's where I go to school as well.
Yeah.
We study with the same professor. So we actually knew each other before
Yeah.
this, but that's it.
Yeah. I just finished my master's at UT Austin, so I've been there for school.
Oh yeah, I hear Austin's a fantastic place to go.
It is really fun. Yeah. Lots
Really?
of great food, you know, good, just like a good vibe to the city that I like. Very, you know, not quite as green as here, which I love how green it is here, but there's, you know, there's a little bit more. So.
There's a lot more to do and
Yeah.
see and do there. I mean, and musically wise, I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter quite as much these days because of technology. But in terms of what you do, where's a good place to be in terms of career wise?
It kind of varies on what you want
Yeah.
because, yeah, I don't know.
I think the nice thing that I'm especially learning now about music is like, as long as you are flexible with doing many different things, and don't have your heart set on one exact thing, you have a lot of options and you can kind of make a place for yourself kind of anywhere. So, if you definitely want to be in a certain type of orchestra or something, then there definitely is an ideal place. But I think in general, a lot of musicians now do a lot of things, or jack of all trades kind of, and you can do that anywhere, which is nice.
What have you found yourself doing aside from the kind of traditional quartets and chamber music?
Not too much. I mostly practice.
If our
I feel
teacher's
like,
listening, he's gonna be very proud.
I just kind of get stuck doing that, but it's comforting to know there are a lot of options. I know I teach kids, which is fun. But,
Right.
So that's kind of still in the same vein though.
Certainly a lot out there. So the festival is wrapping up in a few days. What have been the key moments of this year's festival?
All kind of blurs together by this point.
It I don't know if there's a key moment for me, but I just kind of love being in the environment when you're surrounded by for a certain period of time, surrounded by like-minded people, all kind of trying to work on their own craft and just to be better for themselves and just make music jokes with each other. We're all complete nerds when it comes to music, so it's just kind of really fun to be around that and just collaborate with other musicians. So that's for me.
It's just nice coming up. It's nice working with people who are strangers who become kind of this extended family, and just making music together. And I mean, Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival. This is my first chamber festival. I've done orchestral festivals and solo festivals before, but it's super nice playing chamber music because you have that really collaboration aspect of it, and it's always with people you don't really know. So you never know how it's going to go until you get there, and we got really lucky so that we get along. But it's nice making beautiful music with beautiful people in a beautiful place.
How do you four kind of get put together? Is it kind of like a Hogwarts situation? You put on a hat and you get...
Well, if Hogwarts was by audition, yes.
Okay.
Sure, that's one way to think of it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we send in audition tapes, and our teachers are generally the ones who know us well and who know what kind of sounds we would blend with best. And so they spend a painstaking few months reviewing all these audition tapes and trying to choose groups where they're most likely to succeed. So
after all the effort, then, do you guys, following the festival, are you guys all likely to still play with each other? Is there any kind of possibility of that? Or is this just for the 4 weeks? Is it kind of like a one of those beautiful Buddhist creations in the sand where it takes a painstakingly long time to create and then it gets destroyed after a few weeks?
In an ideal world, we would all move in together and make music for the rest of our lives, but unfortunately the two of us are still in school. She's still based in Austin, and she's also still in school.
Right.
So hopefully,
An
never say never.
Situation.
So
The music world is so small that you just bump into people,
all the
people
time.
that we meet here, you'll meet again most likely.
You'll work with them, you'll work for them.
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
work
And you
that'll
see
work
that in
for
the
you.
faculty too. They come back every
Oh, yeah.
summer and they play chamber music together and put on faculty concerts, and they're
Yeah,
always
from all
sort
over
of
the country.
matched in different ways. You know?
Mm.
Except we have 4 weeks to prepare. They have about 2 days before each
Okay.
concert. So
It's incredible.
The marks of true pros.
true.
Well, it's been wonderful having you guys in. As I understand it, you've still got the third part of.
We have 2 parts left. to
Two
go.
parts
but
left.
we're just gonna do.
We'll
let's
just
do
do
the
the-
second part.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
don't-
can do both.
yeah.
You
I
guys
don't know
can
if
keep
I've
playing
got
all
a
evening.
memory.
I'm sure everyone else here will be happy to stay around. But once again, thank you guys so much for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
for
us.
having us.
This has
Absolutely
been a
no joke.
treat.
This is one of the highlights of my year. Just
Aw.
I pretty much do this show just so when this moment comes around, I get serenaded by 4 people. So honestly, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having us. You want to do second movement? One more A maybe. Second movement.
I'm good.
Just do one altogether. Thank
the
you.
Green Mountain Chamber Music Festival. Guys, thank you so much for coming in once again.
Thank you
Thank
for having us.
Literally any time. Stop by whenever you like. We will be off next week. I believe the next time we are on is the 7th of August, where we have got DJ Yoga Mat. So catch us then. This has been 105.9 The Radiator, The Rocket Shop. I've been Tom Proctor, and good night.